Did you ever wonder what role the Supreme Court plays in shaping our society? As the highest court in the land, it wields the power to interpret the Constitution, shaping the very fabric of our nation. It's not just about law and order, but also about societal norms and civil rights. Its decisions can redefine our understanding of freedom, equality, and justice. The Supreme Court, therefore, holds a critical position in determining the direction our society takes. Now, let's dive into the timeline leading up to a recent Supreme Court decision. Our story begins in the summer of 2016, when an unnamed Black Lives Matter organizer led a demonstration in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The protest turned violent, causing significant damage and injuring several police officers. One officer, who suffered severe injuries, decided to file a suit against the organizer for damages. The initial court hearing took place in the fall of 2016. The judge ruled in favor of the officer, stating that the organizer was responsible for the damages and injuries caused during the protest. The organizer was ordered to pay a substantial amount in damages. The organizer, unwilling to accept the decision, applied for an appeal in early 2017. The appeal was made on the grounds that the organizer was exercising their right to free speech and was not directly responsible for the actions of others. The appellate court heard the case in the spring of the same year. However, the initial ruling was upheld, and the organizer was again held liable for the damages. Undeterred, the organizer appealed to the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, in the fall of 2017. They hoped that the justices would see the case as a matter of free speech and civil rights. However, the Supreme Court receives thousands of appeal requests each year, and they can only hear a fraction of them. The court must choose cases that have national significance or involve important questions about the Constitution or federal law. After a long wait, in the winter of 2024, the Supreme Court made its decision. In a move that surprised many, the court declined to hear the appeal. This decision effectively upheld the lower court's rulings, leaving the organizer to bear the burden of the damages. This timeline gives us a clear picture of the legal journey leading up to the Supreme Court's decision. What was this decision, and what does it mean for us? The Supreme Court has declined to hear an appeal from a Black Lives Matter organizer who was hit with a damages suit. This decision is a significant one, as it leaves in place a lower court ruling that activists can be held personally liable for the financial losses caused during a protest. This ruling has profound implications for the Black Lives Matter movement and other similar activist organizations. It suggests that organizers could be held accountable for any damages incurred during their protests, regardless of whether they personally caused the damage or not. Moreover, this decision could set a precedent for future cases. It might embolden those who wish to stifle protests through legal means by threatening activists with personal lawsuits. This could lead to a chilling effect on free speech, as people may become wary of expressing their views through protests out of fear of potential financial repercussions. However, on the flip side, it's crucial to note that this ruling also emphasizes the need for peaceful protests. It serves as a reminder that while it's a fundamental right to voice dissent, it should be done in a manner that does not harm others or their property. The decision has far-reaching implications, highlighting the Supreme Court's influence on our society. So, what are the key points we've discussed today? Well, we've delved into the significant role the Supreme Court plays in our society. It is a key player in shaping the legal and societal landscape, setting precedents that ripple through time. We also took a step-by-step journey through a timeline of events, leading up to the recent decision not to hear an appeal from a Black Lives Matter organizer facing a damages suit. This decision, like all Supreme Court rulings, has its implications. It's a reminder that, while the Supreme Court is an institution distanced from the daily ebbs and flows of society, its decisions can have direct impacts on individuals and groups. Today's case underlines the power and responsibility vested in the court, and the potential ripple effects of its decisions on societal norms and expectations. In essence, Supreme Court decisions can and do shape societal norms and expectations, making it a critical institution in our society.